everyone. Lisa Shah from Escape Out of the Box, and with another new week of studies in conscious creation. I had my show this morning with Ingrid Anna, and that was great. We looked at do-it-yourself designer image and about body love and things like that. So tune in and have a listen. This week I want to look at what motivates us to get or to pursue our dreams, and the kind of things that we'll tell ourselves to allow ourselves to be able to enjoy the things that we love, or the things that we tell ourselves to keep us from enjoying the things we love. So my blog covers it, and we begin with the idea that who am I to be happy? Why should I have what I want when there's so many people on the planet who want just as much and don't get it? So that's my first point for today. Who are you to be happy, and why does your happiness have anything to do with anyone else? Why does your lack of happiness have anything to do with anyone else? My point today is that you need nothing and no one outside of yourself to feel good. And if that's what it comes down to, then who are you not to be happy? Because you're the one who chooses what you would like to have. Right now I'm sitting on this picturesque little island in the lake across the road from my house. And they've opened it up because the swans have left. I actually saw one fly past my window the other day. That's my sign to, time to fly north. I'm actually down at Kira today. I did my laps with Jess up at the pool. We did our spa time, had a chat. And then my kids were coming down to the one and only Pizza Hut still left on the coast where you can eat in, and it's here at Kira. So that's where we are right now. And there's my kids. Well, three of them anyway. I have a lot. And on that point, I wanted to talk today about, remember, motivations, and how yesterday I was talking about the different things that might compel us toward our desires. But there's also different things that we can hide behind. And, as I said in my blog, these aren't cut and dried. They're elements to varying degrees of different things. Now, having had 5 children and being sort of on the road to being a mum, or being a mum for the best part of 28 years, it's you could easily say that I guess didn't do some things because I had so many children, and there's a truth to that. But sometimes you prioritize things too, and so being a mum was my committed choice at that point, and I wanted to be a present mum, so it wasn't about gallivanting around the globe enjoying travel. However, now I'm ready to do that, but now I've become the person who can do that, whereas prior to now I wasn't. So it wouldn't have happened anyway, and if it did happen, I would have been prepared and my kids would have come with me, or so they didn't have to be an absent mum at the same time. I know it sounds like I'm waffling, but really what I'm trying to say is that while I was a mum, once they all went to school, I went back to uni, did a degree full-time, worked part-time at the kids' school as a resident artist, and also worked on weekends singing. So I was busy. I wasn't idle. I was expanding. I was growing. I was learning. But there was still little bits of me hiding behind different things, and it's only as the children have sort of really grown up, and the youngest one is 18 this year, that those things have really sort of come out in the last 5 years for me to really work on and explore and expand into. And now I'm ready for some other stuff. Yes. So just, don't judge yourself by any means, but have a look over your life and just think where you may have used other people as your scapegoat for not growing. Make excuses. You can make excuses. Use your responsibilities, or you're being sensible as why you can't do certain things. Don't let those things stop you. Just have a look and see what you find. In my blog, I was referring to the fact that sometimes we can use altruism as a means to justify being able to get what we want, so that we can say, basically, if I get what I want, then I have the means to give someone else something that they want. And that's all well and good, but basically you need to be enough reason for you to get what you want, because if you shift your focus to being that of giving other people what they want, you're taking on a responsibility that really isn't yours to take on. And there's a pointer here that I'd really like to add at this place, and that is that when you make other people's pain your motivation for doing something, or other people's discomfort, in other words, you want to relieve the way that they feel, what you're doing is actually connecting with the negative energy that they're putting out. When you can so resonate with someone that you feel their pain, you are actually feeling the pain. And what happens is that there's a seed of that in you, which is why it's in your world at all, whether it's come through the form of somebody else entering your life, or whether you have your own experiences that you can relate to. But basically that seed is there, and the reason it's coming is to show you that it's there so that you can clear it and be free of it. When you're clear of it and free of it, it no longer comes into your realm of experience. And then that way you are actually doing something to benefit other people by raising your energy and changing the energy of that whole oneness that everybody lives within. And when you do that, you have the means then to help other people not live in that same space, because you're not fueling or feeding it either in yourself or in anybody else. So even if your desire is altruistic, basically you still need to address you and keep you as the central focus of feeling good. And in doing that, you actually create a much better environment for everyone else around you. And this weekend, if you remember, we've been talking about motivation and how we can make all sorts of things, people, feelings, justifications, all different types of things we can come up with to try and somehow say it's okay for us to have what we want, simply because we feel that having what we want isn't a good enough reason. But I'm here to tell you right here, right now, that the only thing that matters when it comes to your dreams is the fact that they are what you want. And the only person that counts in your dreams is you. Anyone else is dispensable. Anyone else is interchangeable. Anyone else's part can be given to another, but not yours. And it's the fact that that's the way it is that is the indicator in itself of the truth that you are the only one who is the creator of your experience. You are the only reason that your dreams exist in the first place. Now, I've spent a long time, but in particular the last few months, just really, really stripping down my own desires to the raw bones of what it is that, I really want to do. And basically there are two things. And that two things for myself. I want to sing and I want to tell my story. I want to sing, I want to tell my story. Now, that can come out in lots of different ways, and I can sing lots of different types of stuff in lots of different places, all of those things. But they're the two not negotiables for me. They're the two things that I really want to do. And even if they never made me any money, even if I had no one to listen to me sing or anyone to read about my journey, I have proven over the last almost 5 decades that I will do these things anyway because of what they do for me, for the sheer pleasure of what they do for me. They answer a compelling in me. So regardless of what they do for anyone else, I will always do them. And that's what makes them what they are. And that's why your dreams really only ever need to be considered on that basis as well. You will do them whether they ever make you money. You will do them whether anyone else is ever there to clap and cheer you on. You will do them in the face of anybody mocking you. You don't care, because basically you do them for you. That's got to be your motivation. Personally, that's what I think anyway. Have a great weekend. I'm off to sing and play tonight and tomorrow night, and I'll be imagining myself in niche, you can bet. Anyway, when it comes to conscious creation, if you want to be consciously creating, one of the initial criteria is that you must be, in fact, conscious, right? Okay, and my point today being that when you are conscious, when you're attentive, when you're aware, you will begin to see things that will give you so much encouragement and so much inspiration for doing what you're doing, whatever it is that you're aiming for or desiring, that you will be just empowered more and more. Now this weekend, I got a figure in my head that I felt was relevant to my trip to France somehow, and I just accepted. Okay, I don't know where it's coming from, I don't know how it's coming to me, I don't know if it's coming in increments, but whatever way it comes, I'm going to be ready for it. And the other thing was that I had started redoing my designer calendar, and part of that involved keeping images of cash being given to me, figures of amounts, and I wanted to include foreign currency because, seeing as how I want to travel, obviously, pound sterling looks good, euros are good, foreign currency in general is good. So with these things in mind, I realized that, I got some good tips this weekend, and these are my tips, right? But did you notice? The first one is this. It's foreign, yay! It's a 500 dirham note. Ah, Durham. See, I don't even know what they are. I know they come from the United Arab Emirates, and that's where this came from originally. But anyway, foreign currency is coming because foreign currency was something I put out there. The universe uses everything, the tiniest detail. Be aware, take notice, and be encouraged. Till next time, bye.